What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we continue our walkthrough of the First Berserker Khazan. We're going to be tackling main mission number 6, Traitor Revealed. In this video I'll be showing you where to find all the Soulstones, Jarlings, and any other valuable loot found in this area. At the end I will also be providing tips on how to defeat its boss, Rangkus, so make sure you stick around for that. Before we get started, I want to ask you guys, if you have been enjoying these walkthroughs and you have found them useful, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more content. It would really help me out. Now without further ado, let's begin. As the mission commences, head straight ahead and a short cutscene will play. Once the cutscene is over, head left and take the elevator down. At the bottom, we will find our first blade Nexus. Go ahead and attune yourself to it. Standing nearby, you will also see Palemion. If you speak with her, she will pose a philosophical question. What makes someone a hero? This is one of the rare instances in Khazan where you can actually choose your response. So go ahead and pick whichever one you like the most, as it won't affect the story. Once you have finished speaking with her, make your way down the path and you will encounter a soldier and a dog.
Palemion is calling for your revenge.
Straight ahead you will notice a bridge, but let's not cross it just yet. Instead, turn around and head towards some houses. You will see two soldiers standing outside and one more will break through the door as you approach. Defeat these soldiers, then enter the house to collect a water enhancer. Now let's head back towards the bridge. As you cross the bridge, it will collapse. Make your way down the stone platforms to reach the bottom of the ravine. Ahead you will encounter another dog.
How could a city as great as Palemion end up like this?
Once defeated, follow the ramp on your right, which will lead to a rooftop with more soldiers and a dog. Be careful here because as you approach, you can only see one soldier and a dog. However, there's one more to the right, and if you're not watching for it, he could ambush you. Once you defeat the enemies, follow the rooftop to the left and you will see an item. Collect it to receive the Fire Disruption Parchment. This will allow us to craft Fire Cleanse potions. Now drop from the roof and clear the other enemies found in this area. Moving straight ahead towards a broken down gate, you will see a white item on your right. Continue forward to find some more dogs. Past the gate, you will see a cart with some water barrels that you will need to push down to clear the way. Straight ahead you will see another white item. This is the wanted poster for the Knivesveil bandits who like to target middle-aged men. Continuing down this path, you will see some archers in the distance. Use your javelin to take them out. Once you do, a Knivesveil shredder will come running at you from one of the nearby buildings. Be very careful when engaging this enemy as they are quicker than they appear, especially their burst attack. Once you have dealt with the shredder, take care of any of the remaining archers. As you move forward, turn right into the building where the shredder came out from. Here you will find some soul tear dust. Moving forward, the path will split. Take the left side first, which will lead behind a building so you can acquire some Earth Spirit's fuel. From here, make your way to the platform where the archers were standing. On this platform, you will find a chest, but be careful, it's booby-trapped. Once you open it, it will explode, so make sure that you dash backwards right away. Once it explodes, you can collect the items. Continuing forward, we will come to some stairs. Let's take them up, where more soldiers will be waiting for us. Make quick work of them and then open the nearby door. Inside, you will find another chest with more loot. Now making our way back down the stairs and heading down the ramp, you will see a flame archer surrounded by more dogs. I suggest pulling back and taking care of the dogs first before engaging the archer. Directly left from where the archer was standing, you will see a path that leads behind a building. Follow it to receive some spirit orbs. Now straight ahead you will see our second blade Nexus. Go ahead and attune yourself to it, or if you're like me, take the left path first. This will lead behind a house where a soldier and a Knivesveil slayer will be waiting for you. This slayer is similar to the enemy we encountered earlier, however, it's dual wielding knives and it attacks even faster. Once you defeat it, collect the item in the back, which is a singular fire cleanse potion. If you haven't done so already, let's go attune ourselves to the blade Nexus now. From the blade Nexus, follow the right path where you'll be ambushed by some dogs and a soldier. Once you have taken care of that, go in the building where the soldier came from. Climb the ladder in here and follow the stairway. Be careful as a flame archer and 2 soldiers will be waiting for you. Before proceeding up the nearby ladder, let's go outside to a balcony. If you turn left and look up, you will see a pulley system with a yellow item. Throw a javelin at it to destroy it. Collect the item to receive the Ghost Relic. This will allow us to unlock the Phantom Adelheide the Philanthropic when we return to the crevice. Now climb the ladder we saw earlier to reach the rooftop. Here you will see a chest with more valuable loot. Now let's make our way back down to the main street and follow the path left. You will see a ladder, climb it. As soon as you reach the top, turn around and you will see our first Soulstone. Throw a javelin at it to destroy it. Nearby you will also be able to collect some fire resistance elixirs. Nearby you will see a small bridge that connects the rooftops. Below, there will be a soldier and a dog. I suggest taking care of them with your javelin before dropping down, as more enemies are nearby. Near a bonfire, there will be an archer and a soldier. If you're careful, you'll be able to sneak up on the soldier before engaging the archer. Nearby you will see a building with a ladder and some soul tier dust in the corner. Go ahead and collect the dust, but don't climb the ladder just yet. Instead, let's continue following the path in the main street. To your right, you will see a statue with an item behind it. Collect it to receive a lightning enhancer. Now heading in the other direction, you will encounter an elite Knivesveil slayer. Take care of the non-elite enemies with your javelin before engaging this formidable foe. Avoid going into the nearby burnt building as there is another soldier laying down. As long as you do not get close, he won't engage you. With the elite foe defeated, let's take care of the sleeping soldier that I mentioned earlier. Next to him, you will see a chest with some more loot. Now let's backtrack all the way to where we found the soul tier dust. Climb the ladder in this room and exit through the doorway. To the right, you will see another ladder heading down. You will also see a shredder waiting for you. Initiate the fight by throwing a javelin at him, then performing a drop attack. After defeating the enemies, grab the purple and blue items in this area. With that done, climb back up the ladder and proceed up the stairs. Here, a regular soldier and 2 flaming archers wait for you. Take care of the soldier first, then engage the archers. Continue straight ahead to reach another ladder. Below you will encounter more soldiers and dogs. Once defeated, collect the blue item in this area. Now follow the left wall that leads behind a house. Be warned that a soldier will try to ambush you by breaking through the door in the nearby building. Once you've taken care of that, go inside the building where the soldier came out of and climb the ladder. As you proceed upwards, if you turn around, you will find our second Soulstone. Go ahead and destroy it. Exit through the doorway and follow the balcony around to reach a bridge. Break the chain to lower the bridge, and on the other side, another soldier awaits you. In front of you, you will see a ladder and a broken wall. Before going through the broken wall, go ahead and climb down the ladder to finish clearing out this area. You will have to clear out a soldier, several dogs, and a flaming archer. Once they are defeated, you can collect a blue item and some soul tier dust. Now let's go back to that broken wall that we saw earlier. Jump through the hole in the wall, then jump down again to reach a purple item. After getting the item, proceed up the stairs to reach our third blade Nexus. From the blade Nexus, follow the path ahead. Ignore the path on the right for now, as it's currently closed. You will reach a large ascending stairway. On it, there are several archers that you can take out using your javelin. On the ground, before reaching the stairway, there's also a soldier laying down. Now climb up the stairs to reach the upper floor. Here you will find the Emperor's Tarnished Letter. After getting it, proceed through the doorway to enter a long passage. At the end of this passage, you will see an archer. If you have javelins available, go ahead and take him out, Or if you're like me and didn't have any spirit, you can bait one of the soldiers that is in front of the archer to come to you. Defeat it, and then you should have enough spirit to take out the archer. After defeating the archer, make your way through the passage, defeating any enemies that you may encounter. Once you reach the end of the passage, you will see a dog on your right. On the left, you will see an opening in a wooden fence that lets you drop down to the initial blade Nexus. However, don't drop down just yet. Instead, go right and you will see an elite Knivesveil shredder, accompanied by 2 dogs. Take care of the dogs first, then engage the shredder. Once you defeat it, head towards where the shredder was standing initially. Here you will find a chest that contains the Palemion Citadel key. With this key, we'll be able to open all the locked gates in this area. To start off, let's backtrack and open the gate on the right of this area. Inside, you will find a chest with some loot. Once you have opened the chest, return to that opening that I mentioned earlier and drop down to the initial blade Nexus. Rest here if you need. From the blade Nexus, follow the path again, but this time let's take the right path. This will lead to a locked gate that you can open with the Citadel key. Inside, you will find 2 soldiers waiting for you. Once you defeat them, collect the blue item in the back of the room. Now let's go right into the next room containing several enemies. Right up front you will find a soldier and a flame archer. You can pull the soldier back and then take care of the archer on its own. Be careful as a dog will run at you from the left. Deeper in the room you will find another soldier. Further inside, you will see a Knivesveil slayer kneeling over a corpse. Approach quietly and backstab this enemy. Once you defeat it, collect the soul tear dust from the corpse.
What's a coward? I heard he's skulking in their castle cellars.
Now let's return to that area where the dog was initially in. On your right, you will see a stone wall. Go ahead and break through it, and inside you will find the stone's only Jarling, along with the bard scroll. Head back out of this room and take the stairs down on your left. The gate in front of you will be currently locked. Instead, follow the path to your left. On your left, you will find a room with a blue item. Be warned that there's a soldier hiding behind the divider. If you walk slowly, you'll be able to get the drop on him. Follow this hallway, and on your left you will see another breakable stone wall. Go ahead and break through it to find the third soulstone of this area. Continuing forward, you will find more soldiers and a dog. At the end of the hallway and to your right, you will enter another room containing a soldier, a dog, and another flame archer. Take care of them and then open the large gate here. This will be a shortcut to that area where we found the Jarling. Now open the smaller gate here. Proceed forward to reach a ladder. If you take a moment to look down, you will see steps belonging to an invisible skeleton enemy. For those that have completed the Jarling questline, you will have encountered these enemies already. Even though they're invisible, you can still do damage to them. I recommend unlocking the Javelin passive, Rest in Peace. This will allow you to kill skeleton enemies without them resurrecting. Additionally, you can purchase an item from Dungeon, the individual who you return the Jarlings to, called the Coward's Lantern. This lantern allows you to see invisible enemies when you are close to them. Alternatively, you can just drop down and kill the enemy in melee combat. Once you defeat the skeleton assassin, turn left to get a white item. Now go back to the main path and head right. In this small room, several skeleton enemies will rise. I recommend pulling back to a more advantageous position. Once you defeat them, you can collect the Earth Summon Scroll from the room. Now head in the other direction and you will reach a lever. Pull it to open the gate. As you cross the gate, more undead enemies will rise. Now go right and follow the path. You will eventually reach what appears to be a dead end. In reality, if you look down, there are several stone platforms that you can use to drop down. At the bottom you will see an NPC, however let's not talk to him yet. Instead, go right and open the gate. This will lead to an elevator that will take us all the way back to the initial blade nexus of this area. Now let's make our way back down the elevator and speak to that NPC that we saw earlier. His name is Andel and he used to be a bandit. He will provide brief information on what has occurred here in Palemion. Once you are done speaking with him, drop down to the area in front of him. You will see a ladder, take it down, and you will have to face a flame archer and a soldier. Keep in mind that you can knock enemies off here. It could be a valuable tool to avoid being overwhelmed. From where the archer was standing, look down to the next platform. From this vantage point, you can see some archers in the distance. If you have enough spirit, I suggest using your javelin to take care of them from here. It will save us a lot of trouble later on. Once you are done with that, drop down to the next platform where 2 more soldiers are waiting for you. You can perform a jump attack to deal with the first one. Then you will just have to deal with the second one. Once you reach the last platform, you will see a ladder. Before climbing down, look below you and you will see that there are 2 enemies. One is near the edge of the platform, so you can drop down and do a jump attack. Continue forward and you will reach an area that has 2 soldiers and an archer. Defeat them and collect the purple item, the Ring of Sealed Earth. Now make your way up the nearby ladder. At the top, turn left and collect the blue item. Then, follow the staircase up to encounter another soldier. Behind them, you will see another item. Moving on, you will see another Knivesveil Slayer patrolling the area. Go ahead and engage him. From the staircase, turn right to collect another blue item. Now follow this path forward. As you reach the end, turn left and you will see the final Soulstone of this area. With that done, we can take the elevator leading up. Follow the path and you will reach the final blade nexus of this zone. Great job making it this far. Up ahead we will encounter the boss of this zone, Rangkus. Before going through the large doors, I recommend equipping any fire resistance gear that you have, as this boss does a ton of fire damage. I also recommend equipping fire cleanse potions in your hotbar. Once you're all set, let's go through the doors. And there he is, Rangkus. This is the second in command of the Knivesveil, a truly vicious and sadistic bandit who, as the lore implies, is responsible for much of the destruction and suffering in Palemion. This fight is going to be intense and it has 2 main phases. One of the key differences in this fight from previous bosses is the way that Rangkus' stamina regenerates if he's not taking damage or performing any actions. This means that if you do not keep up the pressure by attacking or by forcing him to attack you, you will never be able to perform a brutal attack on him, making the fight significantly longer. This is why I prefer to stay in his face throughout the engagement. Furthermore, Rangkus might try to back away and drink a stamina potion to recover. You can and absolutely should interrupt this by hitting him. In his first phase, Rangkus will primarily attack with his massive mace, unleashing heavy-hitting combos. He also has a crossbow function built into that weapon for ranged pressure. Many of his attacks have deceptively long windups but can strike very quickly, catching you off guard if you're impatient. Don't get greedy with your own attacks. Play defensively, look for openings after he finishes a combo, or create openings by staggering him with a well-timed brink guard. In all my attempts, he always began the fight the same way. As soon as the fight starts, he will run at you and perform a deceptively fast overhead slam. After that, he will typically follow it by what we will call his first combo. This combo is composed of a slightly delayed horizontal swing followed by another delayed spinning swing. If you can successfully brink guard that second spinning attack, you'll stagger him, allowing you to deal some damage. Next up is his second combo, which is a 4-hit attack. This one consists of 2 overhead swings, then a delayed spinning swing, and it culminates in a big charged spinning overhead slam that has a frontal area of effect. You can brink guard the entire combo if you are comfortable doing so, or if you prefer, you can typically gain some distance from him by dodging to the left. I do recommend brink guarding the last blow of the combo, which is the charge attack, for 2 reasons. 1, while he's charging this attack, he tracks you pretty well, making it difficult to dodge, and 2, if you successfully brink guard, it will give you a bigger opening to deal damage. For his third combo, he will do an overhead slam, then he'll perform a dodge roll, followed by a horizontal swing and then another delayed spinning swing. Just like the first combo, brink guarding that final spinning hit can create an opening for a counter attack. You can also dodge left, which will help you avoid most of the spinning swings. If you see Rangkus back off or use his grapple hook to get distance, this means he will start to use his mace like a crossbow and he's about to fire homing shots. You absolutely want to dodge these, as trying to block them will drain your stamina very quickly. Sometimes, instead of homing shots, he'll fire a volley of rapid projectiles. While you can dodge these volleys, I personally found them to be quite annoying to deal with. Therefore, my strategy always was to run at Rangkus as soon as I would see him leap away. He will most likely still get a shot or 2 off while you run at him, but if you get in his face, he will cancel his range attacks. For his burst attack, Rangkus performs a quick charge forward followed by a poke with his weapon. This burst attack is noticeably faster than those used by some previous bosses, so you need to be ready to counter it quickly. Additionally, from time to time, he will charge his mace indicated by a yellow glow and perform a heavy ground slam that will destroy the ground around him, causing AoE damage. When you see him do this, it's best to just get some distance from him. Similarly to this attack, he also performs a charged stomp attack that creates a frontal shockwave that you can brink guard or dodge sideways. Beyond these combos, watch out for the simple overhead mace slam like the one he did at the start of the fight, and from time to time he might try to catch you with a quick front kick to create distance. Once he is about 60% health, he will ignite his weapon, signaling the start of phase 2. From this point on, all of his attacks have the potential to apply a nasty fire damage over time effect, and he gains several new devastating AoE moves. Constant movement is absolutely paramount from here on out. Don't hesitate to use your fire cleanse potions if you are set ablaze. The fire dot can melt your health bar incredibly fast. His standard mace combos and range attacks from phase 1 are still in play, however they may now be imbued with fire. One of his deadliest new moves is a spinning flame attack. He'll raise his now burning weapon high and begin to spin rapidly, all while shooting out targeted trails of fire that track your movement. I found that sprinting in the opposite direction that he is spinning was the best way to dodge this attack. In my case, I always ran to the right. Once he is done spinning, he will leap in the air and perform a ground slam that has an AoE. I suggest brink guarding this attack even though it will still do slight fire damage. Then there's the flaming weapon roll and grapple sequence. For this, he'll raise his flaming weapon, perform a roll that transitions into a melee swipe, then he'll grapple away from you, shoot an extremely fast burst of fire, and then follow all of that up with a plunging AoE attack. Be aware that later in the fight, that final plunge attack can cause a massive delayed explosion, so it's wise to maintain your distance after he grapples away, especially as his health gets lower. If you see him perform a quick sideways jump while emitting flames, you will need to execute a quick dodge in the opposite direction to avoid the burst of fire. At times, he will also perform a twirling weapon AoE, which looks like a volcanic eruption. He'll twirl his flaming weapon, then plunge it into the ground, causing a large AoE explosion centered on him. This is immediately followed by an even larger delayed AoE explosion. When you see him start this twirling animation, you want to ensure that you get as far from him as possible to avoid both blasts. He also has a tricky sequence where he fires projectiles while running towards you and then follows that up with an extremely delayed and very hard to read grab attack. First, focus on dodging the incoming projectiles, then for the grab, you must wait until the absolute last possible second to dodge. If you dodge too early, he'll likely still get you. If you do mistime it and dodge too early, try to quickly dodge again. Sometimes you can escape it with a second reactive dodge. This grab is one of his trickiest moves to deal with consistently. And don't forget, even in phase 2, if he tries to back off and drink his stamina potion, you need to interrupt him immediately if you can. Keep up the pressure when it's safe, manage that fire status effect diligently, learn to dodge those phase 2 AoEs, and eventually, he will go down. With Rangkus defeated, we are one step closer to uncovering the truth behind Khazan's betrayal. However, it's far from over. There are still many unanswered questions and undoubtedly more powerful foes waiting in the shadows. We'll have to see where the path leads us next time as we continue our journey through the First Berserker Khazan. If this walkthrough helped you conquer the Traitor Reveal mission and finally take down Rangkus, be sure to hit that like button. It really does help the channel out a lot. And if you want to see more First Berserker Khazan content, then make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out. I'd love to hear what you guys thought of this mission in the comments below. Did you find Rangkus challenging, or do you have any killer strategies of your own that worked out well? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching everyone, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video.